This is my 2017 Aston Martin DB11, which I picked up from Copart for a huge sum of money. In the first episode, we took delivery of the car, and in the second episode, we went ahead and we did a smart repair on the rear subframe. I then fitted £3,000 worth of parts before doing a massive fiberglass repair on the rear tub. Now that all of that is finished, in this episode it's all about bodywork, and we're gonna get this thing prepped for paint and looking amazing. So we're starting off with the fitment of the rear bumper onto the newly repaired rear quarter. As you can see, we're lining it all up, but as it's a fiberglass rear quarter, we have to make some adjustments. We repaired this in the last episode, so what we're doing here is just grinding off some of the residual fiberglass to make sure that we get a nice clean mating surface between the bumper and that rear quarter panel. We're actually staying quite late tonight because we really want to get this done so we can get the car into paint. Whilst Akil was doing that, I went out and got the guys a few drinks, and yeah, we're gonna have some fun. Guys, the design on this car is so mental. You've got one hidden screw right in the back, and you have to go through the boot right there. It's long. It's long. It is long indeed. After some more test fitting and some more grinding and adjustments, we got to a point where we were happy, so we decided to put in the fitting screws. So guys, after a little jigging around from this guy here.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate. After a little jigging around, this is what it looks like. There's still two screws to go here, so you can see it's got a little bit of movement there, and that is gonna fix up this gap in right here. But if I step back, that gap there looks pretty decent, and it's nice and solid. So that's the rear bumper on that side completed. We're just gonna tighten up everything on this side. And you can see the gap is kind of matching on this side and the other side. And once everything is all tightened down, I'm actually quite happy that that rear end is gonna be as good as new. Have a look at that. So now that that's done, what's next, son?
Door.
Door? Yeah. So this is an alloy door. After spending a lot of weeks trying to get someone to come in, everyone's running away from the job. It doesn't look like a big job, but Akil's gonna have a go at it. We're gonna try to sort out all of these dents in the back of the car right there, that little tube. This is a brand new trim for the door right here. So once we straighten up the door, we'll get that trim on, and then after that is paint, and then the car's done. Finito. Almost. So we're getting there, guys, we're getting there. Let's continue. So guys, it's the next day. It's about 2 p.m. I had to go look after some very important business this morning. I was checking out a new build for the channel. So I wasn't here in the morning, and this guy here, he don't waste time here at Eagles Garage, man. Have a look at this. He went ahead and he done some body work on this rear quarter panel as well as this front door. And you can see all those dents are now gone. And he's put this, okay, what's this green one?
Fiberglass.
So it's fiberglass filler. So it's not regular filler, it's fiberglass. The entire car is fiberglass anyway, but this is fiberglass filler. Now we're gonna body work that some more, sand it down, get it prepped, and this entire side should be going into paint very shortly. So guys, this fiberglass base layer is quite coarse, as you can see, but with the powers of editing, that was all sanded down, followed by a layer of regular body filler. After all of that was sanded down, it was sprayed with primer, and it also had a layer of guide coat. Up against the grey surface of the primer, the black guide coat allows you to see any high or low spots. This is very important, and it's a key part of the body working process. Alright, so guys, next morning here, I'm knackered, but the show must go on. I went out last night, I had a late night, had to get up, come in, but guys stayed really late last night. They did some fiberglass filler, sanding, body filler, sanding, and then a bit more sanding. Check it out. Have a look at this rear quarter now. Like literally, it's so smooth. So smooth. And look at that curve. I like big butt. That's another song for another video. Not this one. But you can see she's got some thighs, guys. She's got some thighs. Jeez. Have a look at the door now. Once again, very, very smooth. Can't see no dents. Everything's all good right there. This is the body line. So that's what you put the tape for, so you don't forget. So body line, and it just joins. And then when that tape is gone, with all the sanding on that side, sanding on the bottom side, you're gonna have that nice sharp edge to continue that body line, like so. Now I've got a treat for you guys. When it comes to painting this car, oh, you're gonna see, we're gonna do something very special to pay homage to the official James Bond Aston Martin. Stay tuned, you're gonna like it. So with the guide coat sanded off, everything is smooth. This is how it looks. The next step is to water sand everything. It's very repetitive, guys. There's a lot of sanding, going again, sanding, and sometimes if you feel a high spot or a low spot, you may need to add some more guide coat and do it all over again. But the guys at Eagles Garage, they do a good job, so it's all going to plan. Now after several repetitions of the sanding procedure is then sprayed again in a different type of primer, and this is linked to the new base coat. So after some more water sanding, have a look at the side now. You can see this door is completely sanded down, rear quarter is completely sanded down. Any microscopic kind of little porous holes, this is this finer filler to fill into those. But I don't want to touch it because my hands are a bit oily. This whole area is nice and ready for paint. But we're not going to be painting it in this episode because I've got an amazing episode coming up on the paint, because we're going to be changing the colour. So stay tuned for that. However, for today though, we've got a couple more parts that have turned up in the post. We're going to fit them onto the suspension, get the wheel on. I might even take it to the MOT station. If I can get everything sorted, this paint is not going to fail on the MOT. We'll see what we get up to. We'll see what's in here. So this one, if I remember correctly, should be that emergency brake caliper. That kind of goes like so. It should be an emergency brake caliper. So let me put the camera down, open this up, get it on the car. So with the caliper opened up, I went ahead and I started to fit it, but then I remembered that I've got another sensor to fit. This is the ride height sensor. I'll explain a little bit more about that later on. Once that was done, I then got that new caliper on there. Took a little bit of pushing and wiggling, but it was on. Got the 2 bolts in, bolted it down, and that was it. Alright you guys, so check this out. New emergency or handbrake caliper has been fitted. I just need to get this connector. I need to get the end. So I'm on the search for that. And then also, if you look in there, right here, that one there is the ride height sensor for the headlights. So when the suspension goes up and down, this little lever here moves and the car knows exactly what the ride height is, and it adjusts those front headlights. So that's very important. Get the car back down on all 4 wheels. With the wheel back on, let's get a cold start for the boys. And there you have it. This has been a full episode all about bodywork. Believe me, it's long, it's tedious, and this has been condensed. I know it's a bit of a short one today, but I've got big things coming on this build. Watch to the end to see what we've got coming in Sunday's video. So guys, that's it for this episode. Bodywork is done. In the next episode, it's time for paint. I've got a big surprise for you. If you want to see how we get on, subscribe to the channel. If you want to follow this build, make sure your bells are on so you get a notification whenever we post. And guys, please, if you're watching this and you like it, hit the like button. It really helps the channel. I'm depending on you guys to help build Salvage Nation. So this is where we're gonna head off. Don't forget, check me out on Patreon if you want to support the channel in another way. But this is where we're gonna head off, so like I always say, keep it moving, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed that, why don't you check out one of my previous videos on the left? There's plenty in the playlist. And if you want to know more about the Salvage game, why don't you become a member of Salvage Nation, and I'll be there to guide you along the way. And don't forget, you can follow me on Facebook, TikTok and Instagram if you want to get an inside scoop before YouTube.